So we're going to take a look at the basics of conditionals, and we'll start with conditional jumps. And this is basically a way of checking the situation of a particular tag, and based on what that tag is set to, you can get the software to jump over a group of questions or not. So that's basically what a conditional jump is. To put that into perspective, if we go back to this diagram, which you would have seen on the introductory videos when we're teaching the core concepts, let's imagine that tag 3 is, we're going to make this a jump. So let's just, for our example, we'll pop the text jump in there. So this one is going to be a jump, and what it's going to do is it's going to check if the answer to tag 2 is yes. And if it is, it's going to jump to tag 5, and if it's not, it's going to carry on and process tag 4 and then tag 5. So when now the system processes, here's what happens. It asks the first questions. So ask question 1, then ask question 2, and they answer this yes or no. Tag 3 doesn't ask them anything, it's merely a check to see a conditional jump. So it's basically a system thing. So it says, is the answer to tag 2 yes? And if it is, it won't ask tag 4, it will jump and it will just ask tag 5. And tag 4 will not be set at all, it will just be a blank value. If, however, they answer no, then something slightly different is going to happen. It will, in that case, it will continue processing, so because that won't be true, so it will go to tag 4, do whatever it has to do here, and tag 5. Now obviously these jumps, they can jump several questions at once. If the jump was up here, this could be jumping to number 5 and it will be missing out 2 tags, and anything it misses will not have a value set. That's very important. So it will not be set at all, won't have the default value, it won't have anything in it. Okay, so let's actually go and do a little example of a conditional jump. So we'll go back to our formatting and equation demo that we made in the last video, and I'm going to add a tag in here called jump, and I'm going to move it up so it is after the calculated thing. Now if we, just as a reminder, we ask for a number in question 1, we ask for another number in question 2, question 3 puts into calculated those numbers added together, and then at the moment this is the, oh, you know what I've done? Made my favourite mistake again. Moved this up, not clicked update. Okay, let's go. So here's going to be, this will be our conditional jump. We're going to make that in a moment. And then otherwise, and if the conditional jump isn't true, it will process this and put our calculated value into bold and red. So in this case, the condition is going to be if the value in calculated is greater than 9. So in other words, if the number 1 and number 2 when added together exceed 9, so if it's 10 or more, then jump to the end. And in this case, I'm not jumping to another tag. I'm literally saying if this is true, jump right the way over to here, to the point at which you finish doing all the tag processing and you're ready to go. So we go next. And then provided they provided that here, this equation, provided this comes out false, it's what happens if it comes out true here. If it comes out false, it goes to the next question, next tag in the list. So if calculated is less than that, then it's going to go and do this. So if we test that now, So let's put in here, let's first of all, let's make it so that the number definitely comes out at more than 10. So we'll make question 1, 99, question 2, also 99, fine. Click finish. And here we will see that the one where it should be red and bold hasn't been done. There's just nothing in it at all. The other one has been done. That's because it jumped that tag. Now if we go back, and this time we run it and we put lower values in there. We put 1 in that one and 5 in that one. So it adds to 6, which is, oops, not 54. And we click finish. And we will see that that got processed because the value wasn't greater than 9. So that's what a conditional jump does. And with conditional jumps, you always want to be jumping forward. So in other words, you never want to have a jump that causes it to jump back. That will cause you problems. So we're always jumping forwards. And it's a very good way of, for example, say I've got a squeeze page maker, and one of the options in that is to have an exit catch pop up. But rather than force them to have that, I ask a question. So I would say, and it might be on question, might be tag 2 might say, or tag 1 might say, do you want an exit catch? Yes or no? And tag 2 will say, if exit catch equals no, then jump to tag 5. And that way, the tags in between will be the ones that ask the questions that were relevant to having the exit catch in the system. So that's a typical way it will be used. And we'll be doing examples as we go on where you will actually see this in use. But the important concept here to keep in mind is that you always want to be jumping forwards. And anything you jump over doesn't get set. And that's the important things to keep in mind with a conditional jump.